Boom to the hay, all you sports fans out there in the tubosphere, or to you, the individual, as part of the collective. Welcome to Fast Track Sports Rack. See the graphics here to check out overnight. Highlights here on Talk Radio version of the OMSR. I am your brief but very concise host, Will, the alternative ESPN Sports Thrill, going through the voiceover intro show thing-a-ling-a-ma-jing, let you know the clip order coming up in the last two wherefores. Alright, so a nice little compilation of, or from, the pretty kick-ass opening weekend to the inaugural year for the CFP. Talking CFB, college football. So, coming up, I'm going to start off a little lightheartedly from the not-so-great and the Auburn ballboy there at the end. A little bit of stuff from Final Verdict. The episode talked about who's going to be able to maintain some Heisman hype. That's going to be the quickie sport ran into the segment. And then the actual Final Verdict talked about how the CFP is bad for the system. Alright, so yeah, this is the second year that ESPN has been doing this. They got all this sort of content going on throughout the day. Sometimes it's repeat, sometimes it doesn't. But is it really necessary to start talking Heisman talk after the weekend? Remember only a few years back when we actually waited a month? Sports punditry, in terms of some of our favorite networks, is going insane. We'll never hear that kind of talk here at the OMSR. Let's wait till half the year is over with. By then, you can make a good determination as to who should be in the front running. Not week one. All the video highlights courtesy to ESPN and the bevy of shows. Content is borrowed from, everything else to the OMSR. Okay, thanks for watching. Reminding you, college football and alcohol, they are joined at the hips. Nose to the DUIs while you're out there. Roll clips.
But we also have on the other end of the spectrum, we call it the flip side, the not so great. Let's begin with Eastern Michigan. You know what? We want to look cool. We're going to run through a concrete wall for our entrance.
You got to break it down, though, lineman. Come on, now. You got to get it, knock it down. Tell me something can't get it down.
Hey, finally, we got it down. Alabama, Blake Sims, Christian Jones. I thought
Why is he pushing it like that?
You know who was the only one more disappointed? That guy.
Okay, look, bring it look the other way.
Youngstown State, Illinois, Youngstown State punter Joey Cejudo. Oh, dude, you just punted the ball into the back of your teammate. That's a turnover. Wake Forest, Louisiana Monroe, Justin Hackett. Is that targeting? He leaps over the defender and then just pummels the ref. That might be targeting.
Line judge couldn't get out the way. He could not get out the way.
Line judge a little shaken up. Watch Texas A&M running back Brandon Williams. Cutting back. Now quarterback Kenny Hill thinking about making the block and says, you know what?
That was a wise move, Kenny Hill.
I'm going to pass.
He
Take
turned
one
it
more
down.
look.
He turned it down.
I'll go, nah.
Nope. Week one, you don't need to have sore shoulders.
I will pass Steve Spurrier's like, man, what the heck's going on? James Madison, Maryland, two Maryland receivers.
Big play.
Oh, they picked themselves.
Whoops. Picked the wrong guy.
They're not Florida linemen against Georgia Southern.
One guy has to go high, one low.
And they had to play because both defenders were going to the left.
And then something similar here. Southern Miss, Mississippi State. Dak Prescott going deep. He had two receivers who could have caught the ball. And the official gets in the way as well.
It was an official getting run into weekend.
It's learning. It's early for them as well.
The misfortune of others, we enjoy not so great. We're not going to lie.
As long as it's not me up there.
Yeah,
all right. New edition on this year's edition of Grade 8. It's called The Breakdown. We're going to break a memorable play from the weekend down. Melvin Ray,
Auburn.
Look at him. Going in for the touchdown. Watch on the sideline, the ball boy, Bobby Boucher. I mean, he was almost...
You got to see him. He's up here, right? He's just chilling.
Yeah. My mama said, I got to run fast.
He's like, yeah, I'm watching.
Look,
Look how far back he is.
Wow. Oh, my goodness.
But here's what I want to say. Did you see the other ball back? Watch. There's another one. You can see it over here. Look at him. That's not effort. Give me effort.
Oh, come on. He just lapped him.
And then he's talking trash to the DB after.
Oh.
Look at him. Watch. I got you, man.
Sign him up.
Like 27. He's like, uh-oh. Look.
Look at him.
Hey, great ball security, too.
Say what?
Great ball security.
Hey, he's lucky he didn't hit anybody on the sideline, his own players.
Run, Forrest, run, played for Alabama. Auburn's got one, too, now. Social media loved this play, by the way. Abby Stuckey, our ball boy for Heisman. Hashtag War Eagle. I think we got some more. Auburn could easily get another running back. Hashtag ball boy. Ball boy was trending. I think we got one more. My guy, Jay Lee, Auburn 21, asked Melvin Ray if he'd seen the ball boy running with him on the touchdown. Ray, they need to think about recruiting that guy. Yeah, they do.
Man, he was rolling. Can he take a hit?
That's the question. Can he take a hit?
Hey, might not have to if he runs
Week
that
2
fast.
matchups. Remember last year, Ed Orgeron and USC. Monumental win against Stanford a season ago. Now USC goes to Palo Alto. South Carolina might be without running back Mike Davis as they take out East Carolina. Michigan, Notre Dame renewing their rivalry. Could be for the final time. No currently no future meetings scheduled. But college game day is going to be in Eugene for a top 10 matchup between the Ducks and the Spartans. That leads us to, let's take a look at our game plan brought to you by the Home Depot. What part of this game intrigues you the most, Tom?
Curious to see how Oregon handles Michigan State's defensive front. If you take a look at the last few years when Oregon has had the common denominator of playing some teams that are really strong at controlling the line of scrimmage, it's affected their pace, it's affected the outcome of the game. So if you take a look at Auburn, take a look at LSU, take a look at Stanford a couple of times, some of these teams that have been able to disrupt the pace, look at how the numbers have poured out and look how it's affected the win-loss column for the Oregon Ducks. That's a concern for me with Oregon. If they can maintain pace, control the line of scrimmage, they'll win this game. If they can't, the evidence proves that they won't.
I'm going to go to the less obvious point, and that's in special teams, because field position will be huge in this game. They've got to keep Oregon backed up. There are going to be some gashers in there. They've got to make sure it's not an Arena League football game for the Ducks. Otherwise, it's going to be a problem. We know in some of these big games in the past, field goal kicking for the Ducks, too, has been a little bit of an issue. So I'm going special teams as the key element.
Best part about your argument, the little subtle shot making the less obvious point about the game than you did. Welcome back. All right, let's... been long it would take for both of these men to be held in contempt of court. If you took the under, congratulations. Heisman Trophy, something that is discussed about many times, including in the preseason. Well, in week 1, how about Amir Abdullah against Nebraska? Todd Gurley doing it. King of the Hill against South Carolina. Marcus Mariota against South Dakota. Jameis Winston getting it done against Oklahoma State. Best chance of maintaining his Heisman pace he established in week 1. Maintain being the key word, Dan Hawkins.
And Heisman being the key word. Maintain Heisman. Todd Gurley, 5th in the country right now in average in yards after contact. He's got a stable of backs back there, Michelle and Chubb and all those guys. They're going to help keep him healthy. He obviously goes for 198. You know how dynamic that is. He's going to play in a league against teams that's going to get attraction, that's going to get across the country. This is the year that goes back. He maintains the Heisman ace.
Haven't seen a Heisman running back since Mark.
Exactly, Your Honor. And the Heisman, you're making a case for him winning it. I'm going to make a case for the pace to be maintained. Without question, that's Marcus Mariota. Marcus Mariota is going to throw for a ton of yards. He is going to run for a ton of yards. He's probably going to complete as a career when it's all said and done. Over 66% of his passes. He has thrown fewer.
Sorry, it's ESPN here.
Over the last 2 years, that is
sometimes
at least 20
real
starts.
squirrely.
So you know he's going to make good decisions with the football. So maintaining the... Since Coach made the case for Todd Gurley winning the Heisman, I can't make that case for Marcus Mariota unless Oregon changes all of their start times for all of their games to 12 noon.
Bias.
Or 12 noon Pacific time.
Larry
Either way.
Scott. Call up Larry Scott right
That's right. Call him up. Call him up right now.
Don't touch my phone. We don't see West Coast quarterbacks win the Heisman. You're just saying maintain the pace.
Maintain it.
Which was the question. Hey, they've got Michigan
Didn't
State.
say win it.
Is this potentially this week a winning or perhaps losing Heisman weekend going up against Michigan State? They're going to remember this non-con game.
It doesn't matter about winning it or losing it. It's a maintenance weekend.
I don't like the fact that you keep bringing up maintain. Obviously insulting the judge in the way the question was phrased. Let's go to Sports Nation and find out which player can maintain the Heisman pace, and it is Todd Gurley.
SEC. SEC.
That was a tight one. Is that the first time you've ever chanted SEC?
I just made it up.
Very nicely done.
Feel free to use it across the country.
Coin that phrase. Hello, Dan Hawkins money. There it is. Nebraska, shockingly, going with a miracle.
You wanted it, you got it. A college football playoff. Supposedly, this is going to end all the bickering and dispute that came with the BCS. But Counselor May comes before this court saying that the new college football playoff will be even more controversial than its BCS predecessor.
And these are the reason why. In the BCS, Your Honor, their job was to get number 1 versus number 2. Bill Hancock did a terrific job, but if there were 4 one-loss teams, number 3 and number 4 always complained that they weren't number 1 and number 2. Now, with the playoff, we've got 4 teams in the playoff. And guess what? If there's 2 undefeated and if there's 4 one-losses, number 5 and number 6 are going to complain just as much or even more than they did in the BCS because they're going to be left out of the playoff.
There are 2 things I don't understand. Number 1, why you haven't lost your license. This is absolutely ridiculous. And let me tell you why they were upset before. They were upset the way the teams were picked. I'm talking about people around the country, not the 1 or 2 teams that are involved. They didn't like that the computers were there, the polls were there. Now we have a committee of very intelligent people going to get together, going to study, and it's not going to be based on computers. And because of that, the people are more happy because of the selection process, not the how many teams are in there.
The people are never happy. How many teams? You think 4 teams are enough? You think that's perfect to have a playoff?
You judge everybody because you're not happy.
I ask you a question, yes or no? 4 teams? You say 4 teams are enough?
No, I'd rather have 8, but here's the point. It's the way their selection is why they were upset before. Now they have a committee. You can pinpoint why we picked this team before, just like they do in basketball.
I guess if 8's not enough, then you go to 16.
I'll decide. Counselor Holtz makes one very valid point, is that nobody's ever happy because, I mean, I work with you 2 every Saturday for the last decade, so I know that nobody's ever happy.
Somebody's going to be unhappy with you.
Oh, I know that. Someone's always unhappy with the judge, and in this case, it's going to be Counselor May, because Counselor Holtz, the best thing you said is a selection committee. 13 people, full of integrity, most of them with football background.
13 people are always going to agree.
I'll
really
decide.
Think 13 people are going to be in a room and agree? And you think the fans that wanted the playoff are really going to be happy?
Counselor May,
It's not going to be
look
more
up the word
controversy?
consensus and use it in a sentence.
I mean, keep your license. That's okay, Mark. Good job, Judge.
You always say that when you win.
You're right.